gentlemen, to Nexus Gaming Series Division D East. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Rise and Grind. On the right is going to be ReGen Nebula. I got that little prediction going for all of you right now as to how many level 1 stacks for Kael'thas at the end, as he is going to be going into Mana Addict. And as you've got our teams here, let's go ahead and just quickly say we've got the Tychus, Joanna, Rhaegar, Kael'thas, and Sonya for the side of Rise and Grind. ReGen Nebula picking up the Blaze and doing Hanzo Greymane and the ETC. Gonna go ahead and peek into the bottom lane, show those level 1s. We'll get our player vision set up as well, and let's go ahead and see what happens in map number 1. RNG versus RGN, not confusing. Absolutely not confusing at all. Okay, Cowboy just putting pressure onto Joanna. Iron Skin immediately popped by her. We have Hanzo going into the simple geometry at level 1 as you've got another minute or so to get your predictions in on the Kael'thas stacking for this Battlefield of Eternity map. And that's going to be Hanzo landing that scatter arrow, the sonic arrow onto the Tychus, providing some vision for a little bit. As the Tychus throws a grenade out, Sonya up in the top lane. It looks like it will be ETC versus Sonya, so maybe we can expect a stage dive ETC. Ooh, no doubters. No doubters on the Kael'thas prediction. Interesting. Cowboy. I guess the wave clear up against the Sonya isn't too bad. Block stacks were picked up by both sides, so this is going to be kind of a little bit of a moot poke at each other in the top lane for a little bit, as they both have those stacks to reduce physical attacks coming in. 75% for the ETC, 6% for the Sonya, as the Hanzo is continuing to build out those level 1 simple geometry stacks. I'm just waiting. Just waiting. Also, we do have the Blaze with the new habits at level 1. I'm going to have 1 stack out of the 15 so far. Wow, big doubter is at the end. Interesting. Okay. Didn't realize it was a bet. All in you go. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm seeing, sorry, I'm catching up on chat. I was just like, how does one team get both Rhaegar and Joanna? Looks like there was a, oh, scouting is key. Ah, scouting is key. I see. Jet propulsion from Blaze will be eaten by the Iron Skin of the Joanna. Hanzo continuing to build out those stacks, 10 out of the 20 right now. No bottom camp for either side. Our objective phase will be announced soon, so the expectation is that these Fallen Shamans will be picked up soon. And it's actually already going to see the members of Rise and Grind are on this left-hand side. I thought key was key. Very clever. Very clever. 4 talent tier for the side of ReGen Nebula first, but it's not by much. It's just some wave clear here and there. ETC, what are you going to take at level 4? I'm curious if this is more of just kind of a solo build for him, or if he's going to be just kind of flexing between a little bit of the solo build as well as the tankier build. I expect a stage dive if he's going to be up in this top lane this long, if not for the entirety of this game. And also Tychus, Master Assassin, pretty standard level 4s. We do have the Sonya going into the Hurricane as well, trying to get rid of any sort of the slows roots on her. Immortal phase racing has already begun, and ReGen Nebula kicking this off very quickly. Hanzo does have that level 4 for the Serrated Arrow for the increased damage. We'll get cooldown reduction at level 7 as the expectation. And there's Speed Metal for the ETC. So he's going to be providing some really good utility to the entire team with that block party, because that also does apply to allies around, but then you also have the speed metal, because that also applies to the nearby allies as well. So not a lot of support from this ETC, as the objective phase is really being won over by the side of ReGen Nebula. They back away, and that's a nice scouting arrow from Hanzo. Gonna get another scatter into a few enemies trying to poke at this immortal phase. Still more scatters, still getting those stacks. ETC does get hit with a living bomb, forced to back away. The immortal Alarian sitting very, very low on HP on the left-hand side. Belith is being worked on by the Tychus, and the expectation is that this Hanzo should be able to solidify this slowly but surely. But also keep in mind, these are kind of free stacks over to Hanzo. with the simple geometry from level 1. Kael'thas gets the connection from the gravity lapse. Murda coming in to try and get that last little bit of damage. ETC power slides in as well. No living bomb spread, but that will be the Immortal going over the side of ReGen Nebula. Granted, they don't get as much shielding as expected, that shielding being dropped by the Tychus on the left-hand side. And ETC already back into the top lane to continue sieging up against the Sonya. Kael'thas at 11 stacks right now out of the 20 for the Arcane Barrier. Last dispatch so very low. Oh, not enough damage to get the kill, and will be tapped. Immortal already worked on by the Tychus. He's doing his best to just try and whittle this down in front of the gate before it gets much siege damage. Seems like it will work out for now. Murda gets poked at by Brother Nature. Alright, so shielding from Immortal drops. That means he moves into melee range. Fort front gate should fall here, and I think that's as much as they really get. Maybe a couple autos onto the fort, but you already see ReGen Nebula backing away. 1 stack left for the Hanzo. 7 stacks left for the Blaze. Got 8 more for that Kael'thas, and we still need a few on the... Just a few on the Tychus for the Master Assassin, but also the Subdue. Not finished out just yet from the Joanna. But now we have a massive rotation to the top lane. That's going to be a Jet Propulsion, a Chastise connecting, a lot of damage on to Ivan. And that'll be first blood over the side of ReGen Nebula. Mythos, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. After months without internet, moving across the country with a 5-month-old, and moving again across town, we finally have internet. Miss you in the streams. Oh, thank you so much, Mythos. I have been well. I hope you and the family have been well as well. Thanks for swinging by and saying hello. I hope you have a great day. We celebrated 1 full year of streaming last month, and at the end of this month, we're going to be celebrating 2 years partner. Chastise from Anduin won't connect on to Brother Nature. Murda a little far forward gets the Leap of Faith from Anduin, and the Pyromania will be popped as well. Hanzo, with 1 more scatter, finishes out that simple geometry at 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Really good timing on that. Does have the level 7 as well, the Never Outmatch, so kind of everything that this Hanzo needs for the race potential on the next Immortal phase, which will be spawning in the north-south position in just about 27 seconds. How to optimize camp clear, like how to conserve HP and mana? Well, just beat Dino and solo the boss with Tracer. God, that was ridiculous. I think, didn't Dino also solo a boss with Li Ming? Didn't that also happen? I heard a rumor that a team soloed a boss with an Abathur. I heard a rumor that a team soloed a boss with an Abathur. Not sure. I'm not sure how it works, but that's what I've heard. ReGen Nebula with the first half of the Immortal race, and we'll go ahead and cycle through the other numbers as 10 talent tiers are about to pop up at the top of the screen. ETC to go clear bottom lane, and the race continues. Hanzo, Greymane, really good at racing here. Tychus is as well, and we'll see who actually wins this. It's going to be ReGen Nebula with this composition. Oh, you did post the replay. Oh, okay. I did not realize. My apologies. So another Immortal to the side of ReGen Nebula. This time we have it going into top lane, and I'm just going to check really quickly on the structural damage. 1,236 into structures. So ReGen Nebula already has the gate down. How much value can they get with Bella through top lane? If you want to fast forward through something while you're in your downtime, I'll probably check it out. You know, with the 5,000 different meetings I have tomorrow, I'm sure I'll have a small window. Oh man, Thursdays are like my busiest days, but that's okay, because then I get to have Friday, where I play Dark Souls and just scream it for you all. Top lane fort will fall. That's a big arrow from Hanzo with ETC landing a massive stage dive. Is there a power slide to follow up? ETC is looking at Brother Nature. That's going to be Tychus and Rhaegar to fall as well. It's a solid triple kill to the side of ReGen Nebula. Immortal may fall, but it looks like this keep front gate should go down as well. Massive arrow, huge stage dive from the ETC. Really like the play that we just saw there from ReGen Nebula. as they're going to get this keep front gate, and yeah, they're going to back away. Death timers getting low. Camps are available to grab. I guess camp is available to grab, as the other camps are still anywhere from 45 to a minute 45 away. Okay. So Immortals will spawn in the east-west positioning, and that's going to be a race potential. It'll be race potential sides. No, it'll be defensive sides. Defensive positioning. So meaning that you're gonna have the blue on the left and the red on the right. Sorry, I had Immortal dyslexia. Light Bomb doesn't connect onto Ivan. Leap is available for the Sonya, but if you're chain CC, Sonya's gonna try and spin through that pain. I know Hurricane's a good talent Light Funnel's a really good talent, but I didn't know it was that good. Whirlwind will not be able to heal up. Now, ETC is in a precarious position, pops the stage dive, and able to join the team in bottom lane. Surprised there was no grenade or anything, or gravity lapse, or even Blessed Shield to interrupt that. Sonya dead in bottom for the next, or I guess dead for the next couple seconds. The bottom lane fort will fall, and here comes the Immortal phase. ReGen Nebula do have the 13 talent tier advantage. The fort does go down. The Leap of Faith will be used. Pyroblast onto Murda. Does he pop the bunker? Does he feel safe? He's fine. All right, ETC in the defensive positioning side. Stage dive up in 36 seconds. Does have the Encore, which is going to be 5% off of that 75-second cooldown that I cannot do the math for. We've done it before. It's like 2 point something, or maybe like 3 point something seconds. It's not a whole lot of cooldown, but hey, it is still cooldown onto Heroic, as this is not a good spot for Sonya. She's gonna get, yeah, that's chain CC town Sonya, and she's gonna be going down. So next Immortal, worked on by the side of ReGen Nebula. 25 stacks on the Kael'thas, 25. Gravity Lapse will go out. A lot of damage into someone. Ancestor Healing onto Life. DG, that might have meant to be for this Joanna's last dispatch is sitting pretty low in HP. Scatters continuing to come out from Stixa. And the bunker will expire from Murda. I just came up with a wombo, the up dog. What's up, dog? I don't get it. What's up, dog? I don't get it. Not much. How about you? Upheaval Curse Bullet. That's actually really cool. That's a good one. Alrighty. Kael'thas was able to get in the lane. Get a Regeneration Globe. Push things back a little bit. Still advantage to the side of ReGen Nebula here. Almost getting to that level 16. About a level and a quarter or so lead in favor of our right side team. Fallen Shaman's still up in the top lane, so the longer this is delayed, it's actually better and better for the side of ReGen Nebula, since they will have that free siege in the top lane. If the ReGen Nebula wins this next Immortal, it will go into bottom, as that's the more well-defended lane. Oh, okay. I thought Kael'thas was in a bad spot right there, but the Leap of Faith comes through, and IT Cowboy will be pulled away. Sonya to clear out the camp before it gets any sort of keep value. Kael'thas is going to start working on the Immortal phase. ETC anchoring for the team, maybe looking to step up here. It's going to be a race from the vast majority of the team. Tychus trying to slow this down. Last dispatch also looking for that level 4 to be completed. Leap in from the Sonya. That's a massive leap, as Pyroblast will be utilized. Ancestor Healing comes out. Pyroblast will take down the Ando, and last dispatch so very low. Big stage dive as Hanzo rips the arrow. Gets the stun. Kael'thas does go down. That's going to be Tychus to fall as well. The Immortal with massive shielding will be going into bottom lane as Sonya falls, and that's going to be not one, not two, but a solid. The members of ReGen Nebula, as they've got 20 seconds on average to be pushing through this bottom lane, and how much value can they get? My expectation, keep front gate is a guarantee. Bottom lane keep should go down. Now core, that's going to be a different discussion. I don't know if core will go down from this, as this keep should fall. But I mean, look at the shielding on the Immortal. I think ReGen Nebula could step to core. They don't seem like they want to, as they're already backing away. I think that ReGen Nebula could have gone in for this. Talent tier advantage and everything. I think this is This is definitely safe. It's not like wrong per se, but I definitely think they can play towards their advantage. Looks like they want a double keep here. I think pushing with the Immortal could have given them a little bit more value, but either way, core shielding will get scratched. Belith not able to deal any actual damage. This top lane keep should fall from the wave and the damage already put out. Actually, no, it won't. I think they could have stepped to core personally with the talent here, but that's me. Off that subject, we are going to be seeing a camp to be grabbed over on the top of our screen. 29 stacks on Mana Addict for the Kael'thas. 29 currently. And that's his 30th. Empty core is backdoorable. Anything is any core is backdoorable if you believe hard enough. And take down one keep. I don't know if they actually have vision of anyone on the enemy team. They don't. Okay, there's the shield glare that does show for a second. Stage dive from ETC. Power slide coming through. There's an arrow from Hanzo. Ivan getting low. Light bomb from Anduin will connect onto one. Ancestor healing will be utilized onto that same target as well. IT Cowboy in a bit of an awkward spot. Wants to step in, but can't. Tychus and the Commandeer Odin coming through. ETC will sacrifice his hide for this team. And that is going to be a kill in favor for the side of Rise and Grind. Top lane keep, though, being really damaged right now as I almost... Ouch. All right.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Sorry, the edge of my desk got caught underneath my nail, and it freaked me out for a second, but we're fine. Sixa, thank you. Okay. We've come up with 104 out of 211 Wombo combo names. We're almost halfway there. Are you living on a prayer? Would you take my hand and make it, I swear? Whoa. The oldest stream, thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying my wonderful content. Immortal phase is going to be out. I believe this is the third of the game. We have fallen shamans in both top and bottom. Bottom will get value into the structure. Top will die. It won't actually get any damage onto the core, but it does push the wave, and that catapult is already encroaching as well. Murda forward here, but it's mostly threatening the enemy, and a lot of the members of Rise and Grind were kind of grouping up right there, so that was one of those kind of moments where Blaze Splash AoE splash stun sort of deal would really, really benefit, but no one else could really play off of that since the rest of ReGen Nebula were a little farther back. I don't live on prayers, I die when Kaimo cleanses me. Ah, okay. Flesh shield gone out by the Johanna, but it doesn't connect onto anyone from ReGen Nebula. Little scatters out from Hanzo as well as we wait patiently to see what happens between both these sides. Waves will always be pushing in favor for ReGen Nebula since there's no periodic catapult or consistent catapult pressure to go up against the consistency from ReGen Nebula as both the keeps have fallen here. Shield glare from the Johanna. Kind of seems like ReGen Nebula want to wait for 20 since this is even talent here. Sonya doesn't. She goes in. The Ancestor healing will be used. Bunkered down from the Blaze. IT Cowboy on the left-hand side of our screen still has the stage dive as there's a power slide in from the ETC. Life DG is going to go down. Sonya already falling as well. Last dispatch trying to get out of here but won't be able to do so as the Tychus and the Kael'thas throw out some damage, but it's not going to be enough to deter ReGen Nebula from solidifying the Immortal, and it seems like the call is already to go core, which this is definitely a very, very smart call. I mean, it realistically... There you go. I was going to say, IT Cowboy can stage dive in and kind of push up a wave, allowing those catapults to find a little bit more value a little bit quicker. And ETC gets chunked by Kael'thas by ETC. Oh god, Kael'thas able to annihilate the ETC, but that is going to be Kael'thas going down, and that'll be game number 1 over to the side of ReGen Nebula. GG, well played. Ace frequently refers to Apocalypse and Warden Cage as Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's a good one. What did they end up banning instead? I can tell you, I have it open right here. Rise and Grind, if I'm not mistaken, banned out a Stukov, Li Ming, and a Nubarak. I think that's the order. I don't know specifically the order of how NGS website or the Heroes profile counts it. How do you unlock the camera at the end like that? It's not unlocking it. It's a line of code that you can add in from the Aliab's website. He explains how to do it. Rip my points, 36 globes. Yup. It's a real Baja stream because you've lost your points again. Have we talked about food yet? No, I just started casting. Pat, scroll to the bottom of the link that I just sent in chat. If you scroll to the bottom, there's a section called Hidden Hotkeys the game provides. That's the explanation. British slang? Oh, okay. Unacceptable. I'll be honest. I have wicked heartburn today, so that's probably why I'm not really thinking about food too much. I have really bad heartburn today. I was kind of dumb and I ate a burrito. I've eaten one of these burritos before and it was fine. Like I ate the burrito and I started streaming and I was fine. But this time just, oh man, it is rough today. I was hoping that if I take something it goes away, but it's really not going anywhere. It's just sitting there. So it's okay, you know? It is what it is. The other thing too is I can't drink any tea because if I drink any tea, it's just gonna make it worse. So it's just water today. Ugh. It's just like that awkward, like, burning in your throat, sort of. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, let's get our second map going here. Alright, players didn't swap sides. That's always good. We do have another Kael'thas. We could do another Kael'thas prediction. Let's see. Oh, let's do, oh, well, technically we've already done a prediction on this one person. We'll do the same Kael'thas thing, but we're gonna raise the stakes a little bit, all right? We're gonna do, because we're going to Infernal Shrines. It's a double soak-based map. Let's say 45 or more, or 44 or less. How about that? I think that's good. More stacks than last time? Yeah, let's up the ante. 69? No, you know what? Let's do 50 or more or 49 or less. How about that? 50 or more, 49 or less. Let's do that, all right? I'll get the game going. I'll introduce the teams, and then we'll go ahead and do this. 69 seems way too high. 69 seems way too high. I mean, it is Infernal Shrines. What is this? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Okay. 69 globes is too high, but nice. It is. All right, let's get to the game. Let's introduce the teams, and we'll get our prediction going. 80 in 20 minutes for some people, but not everybody. Welcome back into the Nexus Gaming Series Division D East. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got Rise and Grind with Avala, Blaze, Anduin, Tassadar, and ETC. Over on the right, looking to make this a quick 2-0, we got ReGen Nebula. We have got Sonya, Muradin, Hogger, Lucio, and the Kael'thas. Once again, we got another Kael'thas prediction, but this time the ante has been raised. How many stacks for Mana Addict by the end of the game? Will he have 50 or more or 49 or less? This is a double soak-based map, so the expectation is that it should go high, but you never know on Infernal Shrines. You're kind of a Kael'thas one-trick pony. I wouldn't say that about you. I think your Samuro's very good. It could be better, but just kidding. Could you imagine me saying that to Stark? Oh yeah, your Samuro could be a little bit better. In the range department. Got you. I mean, technically Samuro is the ranged hero if you take Sakuchi. He's kind of a ranged hero. Bladestorm is range DPS copium. Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. All right, bottom lane, engagement, force wall, Tassadar. Murda is forced to use the dwarf toss away. Already 4 stacks on the Kael'thas, and we have 45 seconds left on our Twitch prediction. I don't know if that sways anyone's gambling, but there you go. I tried saying it, but I don't feel good. So Kael'thas is working on the camp. Murda anchoring. Dear Lord. Vala is going to be just trying to poke right now. She did go Kree to the Hunter at level 1, so auto attacks are going to be the critical moment for her here, as that's a Stormbolt from the Muradin. We still have the fight over this camp right now, as we heard Kael'thas' global line. Ivan trying to push people off this point, but it's not working out. It's going to be first blood in favor for ReGen. Nebula make it a double kill, and Lucio to steal away that secondary kill. Kael'thas with the first right there. And that'll jump the experience. Camps to be grabbed. Waves are being pushed. Things are looking good for ReGen Nebula on map number 2, Infernal Shrines. 10 stacks on the Kael'thas. Dang, I noticed the Kael'thas switch teams after the prediction, yes. Kaimo Cleanse spotted. T-Tours? I don't know what you mean. Didn't see it. Kaimo Cleanse in this economy? Never. Well, we're a second or two away from our first Punisher being announced. It will be the Arcane for bottom lane. Last dispatch. I'm sorry, this just does not stop going off. There we go. Alright, so Hogger really good for this map, especially around some of these, the bottom and the mid objective phase, because you can get the infinite bounce around or I guess the squared bounce. I don't think it's infinite per se, but you can get a lot of bouncing around it. Hey, Berserk, what's up, bud? You're rooting for a game 3? Me too. All right, Hogger, let's see what the bounce looks like. All right, 1 rotation. Not the best bounce, but still 1 decent rotation around the objective, as IT Cowboy gets a massive staggering blow into the enemy team. It does force them back, and still stacks and skeletal defenders going over to ReGen Nebula. Tasheeves is going to try and back away with the Sonya. Does manage to spin back. No level 4 for the kind of cleanse off the spin, but that's a gravity lapse. Decent damage into life DG from the Kael'thas, zoning back to Zanduin. Hogger going for another bounce, but puts him on the far side of the objective. 32 and rising when it comes to skeletal defenders to ReGen Nebula, and the expectation is that it should go over to them. Top lane, Fallen Shaman does need to be cleared out, and Hogger should be able to make it up there before it finds much value. Stormbolt missing onto the Vala. Big jump from the Punisher, but no follow-up available as the Fort Front Gate was still up here. Level 4 is going to be that Energy Royal for the Kael'thas. Reduce mana cost of Gravity Lapse by 70. If Gravity Lapse hits an enemy here, reduce its cooldown by 8 seconds. And curious, I think it's a 12-second cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 12 seconds. And basically, you reduce the mana cost to 20. And top lane Fallen Shaman cleared out by Cowboy. CDR is gross. 4 second cooldown on that. Not bad. Sonya going into Battle Rage, which is just more sustainability for her in the solo lane, as well as just in team fights as well. Level lead has been formed for the side of ReGen Nebula, and the stacking on both sides are looking good. We rarely see this, but Murda is going to be going into the Stormbolt quest at level 1, so those are auto attacks. So scaling the Stormbolt even further, as well as the Sledgehammer, so a lot of really fun value with that one. And then you have that Skullcracker at level 7. Murda anchoring for the team in the bush. Sheeves takes a little bit of damage from that Tassadar Shock Ray. Murda going to get scouted out by the Vala, continuing to build out some of that level 1 stacking. Hasn't gotten a singular stack yet. There's going to be a Stormbolt into Last Dispatch, as well as the Gravity Lapse. That will be Kael'thas solidifying the kill, and that'll be 3rd kill of the game over to the side of ReGen Nebula. And we'll go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, because we're approaching those 10 talent tiers, and as always, this is what we do to get information on any of these players. Man, Kael'thas has 5,000 less damage than the Tassadar, but has had more effective damage, if that makes sense. It's been damage that almost solidifies a kill. Kaimo Cleanse? No, the Desperate Prayer will be enough for onto Ivan to get to keep the ETC alive. No grilled beef just yet. Speaking of grilled beef, we have a... We are going to be doing a chili dog stream this weekend. I might actually have to change the recipe that we're getting. Nope, Stark, no. That command does work on Day's stream, though. Day does have a command. You can go use it over there. She literally added that into her stream. Like, last night I popped into her stream, and I made that joke, and then she literally added that as a command in her stream. I can't believe it. What good friends I have. Next Punisher mid lane is going to be Mortar, and more rotations continued by the members of ReGen Nebula, stacking for the Kael'thas, as well as getting some poke damage on this bottom lane fort. That's a Gravity Lapse onto Brother Nature. A little bit of Living Bomb, but it doesn't find any sort of kill. She's wonderful. Smile. She is wonderful. The concept of chili dogs is kind of foreign here. What is an absolute must for a good one? So chili dogs, Detroit-style chili dogs, it's like when you go places outside of like Michigan, you start to like Chicago kind of still has it, but like when I got to California, like if I got a chili dog here, they basically just give you like loose chili on top of a hot dog. And that's not good. Like chili dog is more of like a sauce. It's a lot thicker. That's a good chili dog sauce right there. So that's the big difference. Also, apparently, like, true chili dogs use, like, cow heart and stuff, which I tried to find this morning. I found a cow heart, but I didn't find it ground, which apparently they can't do in the store, so we'll see. If I can't find it, then we'll do a different recipe of it. You're getting Jets tonight? I envy you. Oh, Jets pizza's so good. Ugh. I'm gonna have soup, because we're dieting. That's a bunker down from Blaze, a Hortipult in from the Hogger, who's creating a lot of terrain with the Hortipult, as well as all of his garbage, or loot hordes. Let's holy crap, mosh pit on the side from Ivan. More of a zoning mosh. We had the Holy Word Salvation from Anduin. Murda in Avatar, trying to back away, as the Desperate Prayer and healing onto Ivan will be good enough to keep that ETC alive. And it seems like the second objective will go over the side of ReGen Nebula. I am going to check the Butcher Shop, Mr. I'm Stuck. I didn't today because I didn't realize they're closed on Wednesdays. So between my thousands of meetings tomorrow, I'm going to swing by the Butcher and try and see. Because I was going to go to them for the beef anyways. I also like, quote-unquote, the true Detroit-style chili sauce uses beef suet, which is, it's a specific type of lard, basically. Watching to see if Tassadar goes down, but he doesn't. Looks like the Punisher will get the fort, and that's going to be ReGen Nebula rotating to bottom for the bottom lane fort. Found a heart, but the cow wouldn't let you have it. It's supposed to be ground, and they had it, like, whole. And I asked a butcher in the grocery store, and she said that they don't have the beef suet, nor can they grind beef heart, apparently. I think there's like something legal about it. So I'm gonna ask my butcher tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. As I said, if not, we'll find a different recipe. We're still gonna make chili dogs, it just might not be the same. I have to do more research. Anyways, ETC getting caught out here. Stormbolt into the face. Jesus Christ. Goodbye, ETC. One could say that cow got cooked. Because Kael'thas, the fire, and you get it because he got cooked. And, like, you have, like, the hammer to, like, tenderize the meat. I hope you understand my joke, chat. If you like, I can explain it further. Next Punisher is going to be Frozen bottom lane. The Keep from Gate still up and available. The expectation with the momentum that they have on the board is going to be that ReGen Nebula takes us, but you never know. 13 could hit for the side of Rise and Grind, and they can find one good team fight. Maybe they catch someone out of position. But it doesn't seem like ReGen Nebula are really too out of position. Tasheeves maybe right here. This might be the moment. Able to get around. High five from the Lucio. And that's just a complete disengage from ReGen Nebula. Starman out loud. I don't see what I'd be. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not on the U.S. board of steaks and meat. I'm sure if you Google it, there's an answer. It might just be a Rayleigh's thing. I remember reading something though when I first read about the chili sauce being using cow heart. I remember reading that they're like, some butchers might not ground it for you. So there might be something about it. There might be something about grinding cow heart. Please keep explaining, because the more explained is funnier. So, Kael'thas... I'm just kidding. 38 stacks for the Kael'thas right now on his level 1. Murda might be able to land a Stormbolt here. Doesn't actually go for it. Okay. I was waiting to see if this was going to be a play into Last Dispatch, maybe to force the bunker down before the objective phase, but that doesn't matter. Fallen Shaman in top lane. Actually, you know what? I'm never look at the Fallen Shaman stats. I'm just curious really quickly. Merc Summon Laner. That is what he's actually called. Attack range is 6. Damage versus structure's doubled. Okay. Oops. Hit wrong button. There we go. Seems like ReGen Nebula will steal away this camp on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and actually jump onto the blue vision really quickly. So IT Cowboy is showing. The rest of the team isn't, and the camp just being grabbed right there. Last Dispatch rotating in. Yeah, that's a little risky as Last Dispatch will back off for now. The camp to be cleared up before it gets into lane, but that does open up a window for ReGen Nebula to start working through these skeletal defenders and already jumping halfway through the stacks necessary. Hogger finding a fantastic bounce around this objective phase. This is the bounce we expected to see from Hogger throughout the game, and we are seeing it good. That's a great mosh pit to come in here. Any high fives? Anything? No. Lucio doesn't go in for it. There's going to be the high five coming in, and ETC will still fall. There's going to be a black hole from the Tassadar, but it's not going to be enough. Leap in from the Sonya. It's a 1, 2, 3 kill. Will they be able to find more? ReGen Nebula aren't going to be able to find the Anduin. Cowboy wants to. Doesn't get there in time. Blaze will be falling to the Kael'thas, and it will be a quadra kill with the lone Anduin defender. Hey Rommel, how's it going, bud? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for lurking. Cowboy already backing off, but I think they double back because they're like, maybe we try and end here? Maybe we go a little bit more aggressive than Battlefield? Nah, it doesn't seem like it. IT Cowboy wants to back away, and it seems like the rest of the team will as well. I mean, there are camps to be grabbed, so that makes sense to me. No, death timers are low. I don't think this would have been game ending. They do have the talent tier advantage. They could have maybe tried to play aggressive on the side of ReGen Nebula, but they're going to go for what they did in the last map, which worked best for them, and that's play it smart and go for another keep, get some more structural value into a potential next Immortal, Punisher phase or lane. So, consistent catapults in bottom lane for the side of ReGen Nebula, dealing nearly 500 damage into structures. Camps to be grabbed as well. ReGen is here to play and step all over their opponents. I mean, if Rise and Grind like it that way, then sure. I'm not here to kink shame. How you doing, Ninja? All right, so I'm looking at heroics across the board. ETC about to get his mosh pit back in the next 5 seconds. He doesn't have the encore. He's got the face smelt, but there's a leap in from the Murden. There's the actual leap in from the Sonya. High fives from the Lucio. Bunker down from the Blaze. ETC drops the mosh. Interrupted almost immediately. Vala has to vault away. Big black hole from the Tassadar. Blaze so very low. Pops the Pyromanian. Lives for now. Sonya activating her level 7 as you hear that kind of noise. That is the active restore. And next Punisher's Arcane top lane. What does the side of ReGen Nebula do? Murden, Dwarf tosses in again, still has Avatar, goes for the Stormbolt, won't connect Vala, finishing another stack on her level 1. Sonya trying to back away, pops that level 7. There's a high five from Lucio. It's good to get rid of the stun from Vala. She finds the last auto. Hogger looking to come into the backline. Not able to get the damage or the setup he needs. Goes for a bounce. It's a little awkward, but I think he's out of there. He does have Hortipult if he really needs to pop it. Bottom lane, though, while all this was happening, has the wave pushing in. Murder going for another camp. Seems like ReGen Nebula is doing a fantastic job of controlling map number 2 here. Life DG scouting out the camp. Tassadar poking out as well, trying to build out more of that level 1 shock ray. 46 stacks on the Kael'thas. What if the game ends with 49 stacks? Man, the gamble payout, for the doubters this game would be great. It's like a 1-7 payout. No invade onto the camp because it's just a little too slow of a rotation. Hogger does scout out the enemy with some of the easy throw dynamite as well as the dense blasting powder from level 7. Next Punisher's top. Let's take stock of what these teams have. So Fort front gate still up and available. Keep front gate on the opposing side, taking a little bit of damage, and sidewall already down. This could be exactly what ReGen Nebula need to end, but also Rise and Grind need to try and come back here. Unfortunately, they've got catapults arriving through bottom, and the enemy team is just about to pick up 20s. Pretty standard level 20s across the board. Hogger, what is he gonna pick? Good bounce location for Hogger too. Murda slowing things down. Hogger is actually gonna be bouncing into this engagement. It will be the no control from Hogger, so he's gonna wanna have full rage, that little bar at the bottom, and he's just gonna tap that one key and just bounce between a lot of enemies. IT Cowboy getting a little bit low here. Looks for the angle on the bounce, is able to set it up back and forth. Could go for the no control, can cancel the Hog Wild. There's the Hortipult to disengage. Nice knock against the wall. High five from Lucio. ETC does go down. That's the no control, bouncing between enemy heroes. That will be a leaping from Sony to cancel out the value of the Holy Word Salvation, but Hogger still goes down. Vala very low, avoids the Stormbolt with the sidestep. Avatar popped. Thunderclap on the ground. Murda wants the kill, and he'll find it. That is going to be Tassadar with one more shock ray to try and get that kill, but it doesn't work out. Pentakill to the side of ReGen Nebula, and they can go straight to core with the death timers as long as they are. Kael'thas, wow. Murda with a nice amount of Stormbolts, and Kael'thas picks up the last regeneration globe he needed. Actually, he'll get another one here, so he should be over. Okay, he does. I was like, are you gonna get it? He actually. Oh, so he would have been overstacked regardless. It wasn't that close. But damn, ReGen Nebula, a force to be reckoned with here in Division D East. GG, well played. Really, 51? 52?